Hello everyone, today is Sunday, May the 13th, 2018. It's almost exactly straight up 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and if you watched my last vlog, you'll know that I'm out here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and because I'm probably not going to be back in this area until the Strawberry Festival again next year, I wanted to check off a few more things off my list that I really want to do. And one of those things is go up the Incline Railway to the top of Lookout Mountain. Lookout Mountain is back here, and there's a specially made custom train for this incline train track that it can take you straight up this track.
Good, y'all hold on to these. When you all decide to come back down, we'll tear off.
Lookout Mountain Incline Railway, the world's steepest passenger incline railway, and America's most amazing mile.
Here's my camera.
The entire
Right
rail
there
system
in the
is
parking lot.
changed every 3 years. Unraveled info. That's the name. Battle above the clouds.
We're coming up to the station now, but this last little bit really feels like we should be tipping forward. It's inclined so much. Already, somebody just lost their drink at the bottom. These two, they said their grandson loves YouTube, so they're going to share my YouTube name with him, and he'll probably subscribe, so there's a shout out. Kyle Willer, going to be a new subscriber. Hey, did you see Larry the Cable Guy when he did this little tour up here?
I was not working here whenever he was here.
Now that I'm at the top of the mountain, first thing I'm going to see is this observation deck of these stairs here. Well, it was 2 flights of stairs, a little bit of a spiral up to the very top, and the light of day. Here is the view. Slow pan around. I believe this is downtown Chattanooga, right here. If any of you remember back when I walked up Pilot Mountain, I can't say this is more spectacular than Pilot Mountain. That's just my opinion, though. If you guys want, take a look back at the Pilot Mountain vlog and the very end of it, where I was at the very pinnacle where you could see the horizon in all directions. Tell me if this looks more spectacular than that. According to the narration inside the train car on the way up here, in the Civil War, General Sherman actually fought from the top of this mountain at some point, and it was so steep that when they would tilt the cannons down to fire at the advancing troops, the cannonballs were rolling out of the ends of the cannon. That just tells you how steep it is way up here. Now, as General Sherman was fighting his way down south towards Atlanta, he fought here, and his last stand was actually at Kennesaw Mountain. Yeah, the same Kennesaw that I'm from. I've actually walked to the top of Kennesaw Mountain a few times, and that battle, even though it was in Georgia, was actually fought with Tennessee troops because he was playing a cat and mouse game with the Tennessee troops. He would get around them, then they would back up and try to get in front of him. And at Kennesaw Mountain, they knew that was their last stand, their last chance to stop him before he made it to Atlanta. And so Tennessee troops fought Sherman in Georgia on Kennesaw Mountain. General Sherman made it around them at that point and went and burned Atlanta down. So that is another history lesson for another day when I'm back in the Kennesaw area. You guys remind me to do that. Looks like I have found a nice clear sign pointing the way to Point Park, and they have done up the archway into the entrance with this nice European style battle spires, because nothing says American history like European battle spires. And here it is, the battlefield, the site of the battle above the clouds. General Sherman taking the summit and fighting gallantly against the Confederate troops. There you see the monument. There. I'm going to walk down here where this other cannon is. Boy, this really gives you an idea of why it's called Lookout Mountain. You can look out and see everything. Just zoom in on a few things here. You guys will remember the bridge, I'm sure, right? I don't think that's the walking bridge. The walking bridge would be a little bit further down. I think that's it. Right over here. Walking bridge over there. Going inside the Ashtoons Memorial Museum. It's really just a bunch of old black and white photos from The Union soldiers occupying the summit. This one I find particularly amusing because these pictures took a few minutes to expose, so they were rarely in sharp focus. As you can see, everything's a little bit blurry, but the person all the way on this end is the most in focused, because he indeed was the one staying the most still, for obvious reasons. The rock this guy is standing on is right out here. There it is. Been a few barricades put up since then. I'm about to go back down the trolley now, but before I do, there's a few things out here in the gift shop. First off, take a look at the commemorative shot glasses and coffee mugs that they've got up here. They're all at a tilt because of the incline train. They've got a picture of the incline train on there, and everything's tilted like the train cars. Also, these ceramic figures, they're hillbillies, rednecks, ceramic figures. And I really like this one. It's just entitled Mama's Home, and then on the box it says Moonshine Mama. And she's got a basket with some moonshine in it, dirty clothes in the other hand, and she's barefoot and pregnant. So it was like somebody said, we're going to take all the stereotypes of Southern women, jam them all together in one ceramic figure, and even throw in a sleepy hound dog underfoot, and have her smiling about it. So there you go. I like this. I actually really like. I'm a Southerner, and I'm not offended by this at all. I think this is awesome.
How you doing, sir?
Pretty good.
Are you ready?
Unparalleled in its clarity.
Please remain seated. Stop.
And that is it for the Incline Railway. Some of you are probably wondering, Ashley, if you're in the Chattanooga area, why don't you also do Rock City and Ruby Falls? As a matter of fact, they sell a combination pass to do all three for a pretty good value. But there are three reasons why I did not do the other two this year. And reason number one being that I do want to leave something to do at the Strawberry Festival time next year. Also, it is still Mother's Day. Mom, if you're watching this, I love you, and I haven't forgot about you. And being as it's Mother's Day, I need to get to my parents' house before it gets too awful late. I'd like to spend some time with my parents today. And the third reason is I still am towing this camper, this big, heavy camper. And these two attractions means I have to drive pretty close to all the way to the top of Lookout Mountain. And I do not want to risk burning out my clutch towing this thing up there. So that's going to be it for Chattanooga this year. However, there is still one more thing in Chattanooga that I'm going to have to see before I go to my parents' house, and that one thing is McKay's used books, CDs, movies, and more. And the part that interests me the most, of course, is the more. I know them best for their large selection of used video games. I'm gonna go up the stairs to the music area up there and let you guys get a view of the entire store from up there. All the CDs, vinyl records, all that across this balcony across the top. Used books in that maze of wonderful goodness, dusty goodness over there. And then we get to the video games and movies right here. It's fantastic. Sorry about the noise of the air conditioner, guys. It's a really hot day out here, kind of necessary. As much as I love that place in there, that crowd was getting to me. But nonetheless, I did find a hodgepodge of really cool things I'm going to show you now, and surprisingly, very few of them were video games. First, I got this newest and best in plug-and-play technology. This one's got a lot of different Pac-Man games on it, and it's got a nice clicky arcade-style joystick. This time the direction pad is on the left side and the action buttons are on the right, which is the way it should be. And this one also has one more little advantage. If I can get this thing, there it goes. The bottom of it pops off and the audio-video cord wraps up on the inside very neatly. So this is probably going to stay in my camper just because of how neat and tidy it is. Next, I got the Infinity version of Wreck-It Ralph because I already have Vanellope von Schweetz, and you can't keep the two of them apart. I got a Super Nintendo game. This one's Home Alone 2. This one's nostalgic for me. Surprised I haven't found it yet, but it was a reasonable price and in good condition. And then I got another Simpsons music CD, one I did not have, so this makes Simpsons CD number 3 for my collection. I got a You Don't Know Jack Irreverent Trivia game for the DS. And then I'm going to call this one the find of the day. Elizabeth Gilbert's Pilgrims. I've been looking for this. I found this one over in Mr. K's used bookstore at one point. They wanted $13 for it. These guys only wanted $6. And if you don't know, Elizabeth Gilbert also wrote one of my favorite books of all times, Committed. She's also probably more famous for writing Eat, Pray, Love. This will be the 3rd book of hers that I am getting to listen to. This one is Pilgrims. I am not going to read any descriptions on the back. I'm just going to go ahead and pop it in and enjoy. And then I found what is going to be my Mother's Day gift. This is Nathaniel Grublet. It's a vinyl record that we used to listen to a lot when we were little kids. And it was done really well. It comes with its own little like storybook, comic book kind of thing on the inside. And I know Mom was just unpacking a lot of our old records and using them to interact with the new, younger Sunday school crowd that she's getting involved with at her new church. And I don't remember if this was one of the ones that had pieces of it missing or damaged. But if it was, now she's got a new one and it was only 90 cents. And even if the old one is still there, now she's got this minty one. And so that'll be good. But just in case, I went ahead and bought this. Sing and Celebrate for Kids. It's a 2-record deal with a bunch of religious songs for kids. So this again is to help her interact with that new young Sunday school group that she's getting involved with. So it'll be great for sing-alongs, and it was only $3. So I'm sure she'll be happy with that. Alright, so it is time for me to get my happy butt back on the road. Start heading towards my parents' house. Hopefully I'll get there in time enough to spend a little quality time with them for Mother's Day. And just like that, it's the next day. Today is Monday, May the 14th, 2018, and I did indeed make it to my parents' house yesterday in time enough to give my mother her Mother's Day gift on Mother's Day and spend some quality time with them. And it turns out she loved it. I picked the right records. Home run on that one. But that is not exactly how I want to end this vlog. There is a couple more things I would like to show you. First off is the Wii U that I have been piecing together for the past few months. I believe it is finally complete and ready for its test out. Last time I showed you guys, I didn't have the charging cradle or the Pro controller. This one is a third-party Pro controller that I picked up at a flea market at the same time that I picked up this. That was all in a pickups video earlier, and it had been left here in Tennessee, and I thought that after I got these, then everything would be complete, but I needed one other thing because the charging cradle has a port in the back of it that is exactly the same as the AC adapter on the top of the tablet. So I still didn't have everything, so I went over to my friends over at Two Dudes Gaming, and they were able to hook me up with a third-party charger for the tablet, proprietary to Nintendo, but made by third party at an extra $15. And I went ahead and bought a few more Wii U games at the same time in anticipation of enjoying this new console. They gave me a good deal on these as well. So I believe this is finally done. Dad just came in with a package that is meowing. I think he wanted to get himself a cat, but Mom's probably not going to be happy when she sees this. And he might also be hoping that I adopt this cat, so let's go ahead and open it up. Oh my goodness. We're talking young here. Well, don't let me hurt you. I want to open the box without hurting you. My goodness, this guy is so young he's still wet. Is it completely off the milk? Wow.
Yeah, he's about 6 or 8 weeks old.
Where'd you get him? Or her? Grandma Emma gave... Is it a him or her, do you know? Don't know.
I have to look.
Okay. Well, I think Dad's idea was that I would adopt him. Yeah, it's a boy. We're pretty sure. I don't know. I don't have the pet door ready yet. I don't know if I'm ready for another cat. Dad just pretty much gave him to me and walked off, so I guess I better get him a food and water bowl ready. That's just like Dad to just show up and have something like that for me. What am I gonna do with you? Well, I got him a food and water bowl, and I got him a litter box, so he's got the essentials. I don't know if I'm gonna keep him. But, there's a cat in the camper again. Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and continue with this and finish the setup and make sure all this works. You don't mind if I keep doing that, do you? Take that as a no. Well, here's the setup so far. I got this cradle plugged up and the tablet charging, at least I'm pretty sure it is because this little light came on right here. I've got the tablet plugged in and the HDMI hooked to the side of the TV here, but I'm just finding out that this high-definition sensor bar does not have a cable running to the console. It's battery powered, and somehow this has to be synced to the console in valid format. Well, I was able to get it to work on the older, crappier screen. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to screw with it and try to change some of the settings so that it'll work on the newer and better screen. Well, disaster has struck. I did not see this shattered spider web in the screen until I powered it on. See, with it turned off, it was completely invisible. That would explain why it was sitting at the yard sale by itself for only $4. I mean, I didn't lose a whole lot of money on this. I lost $4, but you know, the whole deal of getting this whole setup for $90 instead of $250, that's out the window now. So if I'm going to replace this, that's going to be another $120 at least. But on a positive note, I got the Pro controller to sync up, and now, see, this thumbstick is actually controlling this around, so I'm sure there are some games that I will be able to play. I'm just going to do a little more experimenting and see exactly what all I'm able to do. It's a few minutes later now, guys, and very disappointingly, after messing around with it, I have found that the only way to get it to work on the bigger screen would be to change the video settings, which is impossible to do without the use of the tablet. And as you guys have seen, the tablet is useless. It's got a shattered screen and it won't even sync. So I am relegated to only playing on the smaller screen and only playing with games that are compatible with the Pro controller, which, as it turns out, Mario Kart 8 is. So I can play Mario Kart 8, so there's that victory. I can do that. I won't be able to play Wind Waker because that is only played on the tablet. But the Gianna Sisters, I think I'm pronouncing that right, I will be able to play, as well as Mighty Number 9. The other thing that I wanted to mention was that Kelvin Nugan, the artist that has so generously allowed me to use his music completely royalty-free for the background of my last few vlogs, has partnered up with someone, and the two of them have started a new online ordering business, something they are calling Mystic Elements. And it combines origami and stone candles to make jewelry, costume jewelry, Christmas tree ornaments, trinkets, all kinds of really, really neat stuff. And it even delves into steampunk, if that is what you want. I've taken a look at their new Facebook page, and some of the stuff looks really, really cool. So if you guys get a chance, the link is going to be in my description. Go to their Facebook page, do some pre-ordering. I think they're going to have that available. If not now, they'll have it available soon. So go show them some love, give them some support. That is going to be it for this vlog, guys. Now, as far as this little guy goes, don't get too attached to him. I don't know if he is staying. He has had nothing done to him. My dad got him from my grandmother's mini farm up in the Tennessee mountains, and so he has had no examination, no shots, nothing. So I don't know if he's got any kind of weird medical condition that's going to keep him from traveling. Don't know what his story is. He's going to have to you know, get his shots, get fixed, get all that. It's going to take at least 6 months before he's ready for that. And so I'm going to put it out there for you guys. If I keep this little guy, what do you think his name should be? I'm actually leaning towards Nestor because I'm a video game guy. But you guys put some ideas in the comments. Tell me what you think. What should I call this little guy? So that is going to be it. Also, please don't forget to cast your votes on what I should do for episode 100. Hit the like button, leave comments, leave questions, leave suggestions, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell icon to receive notifications. Share this vlog around. I love you guys, and I will see you again in the next one.